I found a USB stick. The long face. About a week ago, I found a USB stick on the way to a PC repair business where I work part-time. It looked really standard, just a small metal thumb drive. I only saw it because the sun reflected off the case. For a second, I thought that the pavement had just erupted into light. Anyway, I decided to take it to the police station after work, but of course, because I work with computers, the temptation to look at the contents was too much. There were a few folders with incomprehensible names and 3 others: case notes, training, and emails. There were about 100 emails, mostly unconnected, but a few were really interesting. Usually I wouldn't go snooping through such private information, but I felt such a strange urge. In the end, I kept it. I think I'm going to hand it in to the police still, sometime in the future. I'm going to share with you the more interesting emails, and maybe you can help me decide what to make of it. The first one is from Matthew.Howard, dated 12th of April 2012, subject Rebecca. And it says, "Hey Dan, how's it going? I know we haven't spoken lately. I've been busy with uni and there's some drama been going on in my family and I've basically had no time. Sorry about that. I'm emailing because I need some advice. What's with the fucking Hotmail account, by the way? It's about Becky, of course. You helped me out so much going through all that shit with her. I still think about her practically every day, but I've taken your advice. It's been difficult avoiding contact, but I've managed. Okay, I still have her number, even though she deleted mine. But I blocked her on Facebook and all that other stuff. Well, until she fucking emailed me yesterday. She needs help. It's about John, the new guy. I want to punch his head in. She seems really upset. Should I reply? Thanks, signed, Matt." The next one is the same date from someone called Dan the Man. No subject. Matt. No, lol. Doesn't matter why, you don't talk to that bitch until at least a year after, okay? Good luck, Dan. And then the day before, there's a message from Becky 1234567889, 11th of April 2012. Subject, "Hey Matt, we need to talk." Matt. I hope life is treating you well. It's been a while, huh? Any girls in your life? The past week I've been thinking about you a lot. I remember the moment when you said that you never want to speak to me again so clearly. I didn't mean to hurt you like that. I know my old address is blocked. I made this one to contact you. If it's okay, can we talk? John has been acting weird and I need some help. I'm asking you because, well, Matt, to tell you the truth, I am becoming scared of John, and you are the last guy I've been close to other than him for a while, and I don't want to tell my friends because they might judge him. Am I becoming a stereotype? Okay, if you don't immediately want to delete this email, please keep reading and I'll explain, but if you want, continue to ignore me and I will understand. And I really will never try to contact you again. Last month, John tidied up the bathroom. Sounds stupid, I know, but he really went at it. I went in there and it was spotless. The surfaces gleamed, he'd put some sort of freshener down, and everything was exactly in its right place. You know how much stuff I have. We can't fit both our toothbrushes in the cupboards, so we lay them down by the sink. They were parallel to each other, completely straight, completely aligned. I was a bit freaked out, but I was also proud, you know. He's just acted nonchalant like it was nothing. Soon, The rest of the house is super tidy. All the books are ordered alphabetically, everything put away, the magazines on the coffee tables stacked up in a square. I'm a bit weirded out, and I asked him what's up. He said it doesn't matter. Why would he be doing so much for me? My first thought was that he was cheating on me. I have his Facebook password, so I checked, and nothing. His phone, nothing. At the time, I was still suspicious, but not anymore. A week and a bit ago, I go into the kitchen, and he's rooting through the cutlery drawer. He's picking up the pieces of cutlery, examining them, and laying some on the counter and putting some back in the drawer. The ones on the counter are perfectly aligned. I asked him what the fuck he was doing, and he responded with, "We don't need all this cutlery, Becky. I'm going to throw these out." I said, "John, I know that's bullshit." And he got really angry, really defensive, so I left. Last night I woke up at about 1 and John wasn't in bed. I heard him rummaging around downstairs. I snuck to the top of the stairs. Remember the coat hanger in the hall? We put a small bookcase next to it, and he was rifling through the books, taking some out. He was talking to himself, whispering numbers and equations. I said, "John?" And he looked up. I said, "What are you doing?" He said, "Honey, there are 75 books on this bookcase. That's 3 times 25, which is 5 times 5. It likes fives." I was shocked and said, "What likes fives?" He said, "The long face," and then started sorting books again, ignoring me. I guess his behavior over the past month got to me and I snapped. I ran downstairs, shouted at him, and tried to put some of the books back on the bookcase. He grabbed me, Matt. He fucking grabbed me. I couldn't move, he was so strong. He pulled his free hand back and I thought he was going to hit me. He said, very carefully, very slowly, "This bookcase needs 49 books, 7 times 7. It does not like sevens, it likes 5, okay? I'm going to have to train you up." I was so scared, I ran out of the house. Well, that was longer than I thought. I'm staying at Alex's right now. Can you come over? Even if you can't help sort this out, talking would be great. Hope to see you soon. Becky. The next one in the file is from Matthew.Howard, 13th of April 2012. Subject: I don't care, I'm gonna do it. Dan, I've thought it through, and I'm going to talk to her. I don't care what you think. Matt. Followed by a message on the 13th of April from Matthew.Howard, presumably Matt. Subject: Holy shit, it's worse than I thought. Dan, sorry about being a dick in that last email, but I think I still love her. But listen, shit has really hit the fan. And at this point, I just need someone to tell. I went round to Alex's, Becky is staying there, and as soon as I knock on the door, she flies out and gives me the strongest hug I've ever felt. Her face was so red, I think she'd been crying non-stop since she left her house. Shit, I forgot, you didn't know. John was being weird, and she felt she had to leave. So I comforted her and got her some hot chocolate. Alex had fucked off somewhere. She probably didn't want to deal with Becky. Once she had calmed down enough, she asked if I would escort her back to her house and maybe confront John. I was looking forward to that, let me tell you. When we got to her house, she told me I should go in first. On the doorstep were 7 neat piles of books. I slowly pushed the door open and called out to John. There was no answer. Becky had told me before that the house was tidy, but walking in there freaked me out a little. It was like the house had no inhabitants, had never had inhabitants. We searched around and I kept calling for John, but he did not respond. Every room was so fucking tidy and put together, we were both on the edge of saying, "Let's just go." And then I checked the bathroom. There was a trail of blood leading from the sink to the bath. In the bath was John. He was so pale, his arms slit from palm to elbow. I almost threw up and tried to stop Becky from coming in, but she did, and then she threw up. We called the police, obviously, but while we were waiting, I noticed something. John was holding a small book. It looked like a diary. You know, those moleskin things, one of those. And I took it. I don't know why. Becky didn't notice. She was pretty shaken up. Still is, of course. What should I do with this thing? I can't give it in now. Actually, when are you in town? I'd love to speak to you in person. Signed, Matt. This is followed by an email from Dan the Man, 14th of April. Subject, meeting up. Matt. Wow, that's fucked up. I hope you're okay, man. Listen, I'm still away for, like, a month. 2 at the most. Don't do anything stupid, okay? I hate not talking in person. I'm so bad at it. You'll be all right. Dan. On the same day, from Matthew.Howard. Subject, the diary. Dan. I read the fucking diary. I guess it was written by John and it explains his behavior. It's not really a diary. More an encyclopedia, I guess. Apparently, John believed in this entity called the Long Face. It doesn't really explain what it is, but lists loads of rules for dealing with this thing. It likes multiples of 5s and will seek them out. It hates 7s, stuff like that. Pile things in this arrangement, etc. What a freak. Matt. 17th of April 2012 from Matthew.Howard. Subject, I guess freakishness is contagious. Dan, the weirdest thing happened to me today. I was getting rid of some old DVDs. Holy shit, remember Four Lions? Such a good movie. And I noticed there were 5 DVDs on one of the shelves in front of me. It made me think of The Long Face. I laughed at myself, but as I went to put the DVD I was holding into the bag, I saw a face. On the bag, I mean. The 2 clips looked like eyes and the opening looked like the mouth. Yeah, laugh if you must. I got 2 DVDs out of the bag and put them on the shelf. The face was gone after that. I've probably knocked the bag into a different position. Becky is doing fine now. She wants to move out of her old house, but the contract lasts until September, so she's going to try and find some replacement tenants. I know it's very soon, but I think I'm going to ask her out again. We should get back together. What do you think? Matt. 21st of April 2012 from Matthew.Howard. Subject, I think I'm losing my mind. Dan. Becky said yes. I took her to that Italian place you love and we pretended it was our first ever date. It was great. But listen, this long face stuff is freaking me out. I keep seeing it everywhere. I'll be walking along and a car will pass and the front of it will look like a face. I keep seeing faces in the froth of my coffee, in the shapes that buildings make. I'm going to make a confession to you, Dan. I've started counting things. The books and DVDs first, then cutlery. I think it's because I heard that John counted this stuff too. Everything has to be in multiples of 7. If they aren't, or even worse, if I see a multiple of 5, I see more faces, and each face I see looks angrier and angrier. As I'm typing this, I can see the speakers as eyes and the keyboard as a mouth. I know this bullshit is all in my head, but I can't help it. I'm having problems sleeping. Matt. 24th of April 2012. From Matthew.Howard. Subject, it's getting worse. Dan, you know that drawer that everyone has, filled with all the shit in your house that doesn't have anywhere else to be? Well, it's been driving me crazy. I can't know if it's safe if I don't tidy it up. In capital letters. Signed, Matt. Another one on the 24th of April 2012, again from Matthew.Howard. Subject, Becky. Frowning icon. Hey Dan, Becky caught me putting all the screwdrivers from the drawer in size order. She left, Dan. She left. Matt. Another one from Matthew.Howard, 26th of April. Subject, why aren't you replying? Hey, Dan, I was walking to work today. I saw a car face and was so scared. It was coming towards me and it looked like it wanted blood. I thought it was going to swerve and hit me, and that would be that. I figured out how to stop it though. It was red. So I started counting all the red cars. When I'm counting, it seems to get confused. As I was walking into work, I was at 20. I pretended I had counted one more, but it knew. Tomorrow, I'm going to do blue. Signed, Matt. Now, strangely, that email looks like Matt was either having finger trouble or was a bit nervous as he typed it, because some of the letters are replaced with numbers, like a 0, a 4, a 7. Strangely, there's no 5s. Anyway, the next message is another one from Matthew.Howard, 28th of April, no subject, and it just says, I just want this to stop, followed by another one on the 2nd of May, again from Matthew.Howard, no subject. Did I read the book? People need to be trained to repel the long face. They need to know, but why me? Again, a few typos in this one. 2nd of May again, from Matthew.Howard. I counted the pages in the diary. 125. 5 times 5 times 5. Maybe the long face wants us to read it. What if I miss Kautner? Again, a major misspelling there. 126 is a multiple of 7. I'll do it again. From Matt, 2nd of May, subject, we had a good one. Dan, I'm going to burn the book. If no one can read about this, maybe whatever fucking evil it is will just dissipate. Hopefully my emails haven't been enough to trigger it for you. Don't come over, Dan. We are no longer friends. Signed, Matt. The following day, 3rd of May, from Dan the Man, subject, I'm coming over. Matt, I'm back in a week. I'm coming over. Why the fuck haven't you answered your phone? Dan. And that's it. There are no more emails by Dan, Matt, or Becky. I've thought about it for a while, and I reckon something happened to Matt. I don't know whether he succeeded in burning that journal or what might have happened to it if he didn't. But something must have got him. I keep thinking about that last email. Why wouldn't he answer the phone? I tried contacting these people. It was a bad idea. Details removed. For your safety.